Hey everybody, it's Catie Harris, owner and CEO of NursePreneurs, and I am here with the team, Ira and Sarah. I'm very excited to have you here with us, and we're talking about NOLA. So today we're going to go over dashboards, a sales dashboard, and how to use a sales dashboard to understand how you're doing in your business, what you need to improve on. And this is something that you really need to look at every single day. And that's why it's your dashboard on NOLA, so that you look at it every single day and you can make decisions based on real numbers that make sense. So what we're going to do is go into my clinic, which is Philly Wellness Center, and look at how we have the dashboard set up, because that's how we're setting up other, our NOLA clients' dashboard so that they can see, and we'll walk through. Sarah in particular is going to help us walk through this because she's our operations person and she loves these numbers. So, so Ira, if you want to pull up our NOLA account with Philly Wellness Center, that would be awesome. All right.
All right, you guys.
Here we go. Sarah, you want to take us through this?
Yep, absolutely. Thanks again for joining us, you guys. So what we're looking at here, as you can see, is this is your customizable dashboard. This is going to be built based on whatever your goals for your business is. This page should have everything at a glance for you. This should be your quick and easy place to go to either daily, weekly, or monthly. What we have for you up at the top, this first top left section, the call report, incoming calls by status. Super, super important because, as you know, of course, you're going to be having incoming leads calling you, trying to schedule appointments, general questions. And if you have this set up, you'll be able to easily see how many leads you are generating for whatever the time frame is. In the top right corner, you can adjust the dates, but it shows you how many calls are answered, how many went to voicemail, how many were missed, and then you just have ringing. Okay. That I suppose that means that it just needs to be answered. And now if you have an assistant at your office that's taking calls, or if you're a solopreneur and you're doing this on your own, this will tell you how effective you have been and how many missed opportunities that might have passed by because the calls were missed. Okay. Underneath that, you'll see as well the same data, but just a little bit bigger, answered calls and missed.
Mm-hmm. I definitely want to add something in here, because this was a big deal when I first started, and it was just me. I didn't even have an assistant. And even now, like my assistant, I still manage the phone. And one of the most striking things was the number of missed calls. So, I was doing ads, I'm putting all this money into stuff, and I'm like, we're not getting any leads, nobody's buying anything. And the person that I was working with was like, well, if you look at the dashboard, you will see that you had 150 calls and you missed 100 of them and you never called them back. So, like that was very, it sounds really stupid, and, sure, we can laugh about it now, but that was a lot of wasted money, a lot of, and if I just kept pouring money into Facebook ads, I would have 250 missed calls and still not getting the leads. So that was a very big wake-up call for me to, one, answer the phone, prioritize answering the phone, and, always having, like, if I can't answer the phone, make sure my assistant answers the phone. And if not, if neither one of us can answer the phone, the NOLA system, you can set it up to do all kinds of great things. You can, you can have AI answer the phone call if you want. You can have, a missed text message go out and say, hey, I'm with the patient, I'll call you back in like 10 minutes, or something that seems like you just, broke what you were doing, and to, send a quick text message so somebody feels like you're there. You can send an automated message. There's a lot of options that you can do. I do like the AI assistant. That is something we're not going to get into in this one, but you can literally have AI answer the phone and it sounds like a real person. So that is an option as well.
Yeah, good points to make, you guys, especially that AI, if you're doing this on your own, so that you can still have those leads nurtured. And that ties right into the messaging summary as well. And you guys, there are also, like Catie said, automations that will automatically reply, nurture those people, schedule appointments on your behalf, even if you were with another client. And again, this is the exact same situation. Like, let's say you have an Instagram account and you're getting messages into those message DMs, and you're not responding. Those are potential clients, potential appointments that are then missed. And so this really helps you to stay accountable. It shows you whether you are doing what you need to do, if your team is showing up and handling these calls quickly as they should be doing as well. And it also will give you a better understanding of your pipeline and, your business projections for the upcoming month as well.
And actually for social media, like Google My Business, Facebook, and Instagram, we did have that on, AI conversation where these automations would go out. I didn't like it because it was like somebody would be like, "Hey, do you have body contouring?" We're not available right now. But, and it sent this message out and it was really annoying. And if the person's like, "Okay, well, call me later." Hi, we're not available right now. And then the same message would go out. So we turned a lot of that off. And now what I do is have the system send me a notification and say, so-and-so just DM'd you on Instagram. Here's the message. And then I go into Instagram and then respond to it. And that's something that you can do. I don't have tens of thousands of people emailing my business. So like I can manage it. And someday when I get to tens of thousands of people, I'll hire somebody full-time to manage those types of messages. But these are some of the things that you can do. You don't have to have an automated message go out. You can, you can have it be a little bit more, you can have the system notify you any way that it makes sense to you. Or if you like the way that AI is responding, you can have AI respond on your behalf as well to these messages.
Which just makes it convenient for you guys as well. That's one of my favorite things about this system, is that you can really, truly customize it. And if you have a team, you can, of course, send those notifications to your team members as well. Okay. And then if you have goals, just really quickly, new conversation started this week. Some business owners have goals of outgoing cold outreach. And so if that's a goal of yours, or warm outreach, that's another thing you can easily track from this dashboard.
Right. And all of these things are modifiable. Like if you don't like some of the things that are on here, we can switch it out for something else. You can customize, and that's where Sarah's up in that top right-hand corner. There's an edit button. So this is the baseline of how we structure it. But, with this system, everything's very customizable. So we can add or delete things that you don't like.
Mm-hmm. And then, again, top right corner, this is the edit dashboard. And then if you saw Ira clicking that bottom green circle with the little caret, that just expands and collapses the menu in case you want more room. Okay, let's go down to appointment summary. So as you can see, this is really big, bright in front of your face. Total number of appointments, total number of upcoming appointments. It'll also give you at a glance information, total that showed up, how many didn't show up, how many people canceled, more about upcoming appointments and when they are upcoming. So this all ties into your sales pipeline, which is on another menu. We'll go over that later on in the course. But this is really helpful to show you how many people are no-showing, and if they're canceling, that also can indicate more information on maybe your messaging or your follow-up. Is there enough rapport and trust built? Catie had an automation that we were sharing with our customers that was a nurturing workflow where you make your appointment and then you get a message that's all about the provider that you're working with, more about their background, their Instagram. And so things like that, having workflows like that in place can decrease cancellations, but this will help you to know where should you put your focus and where should you put your efforts into. Catie, any thoughts about that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because that's the bane of us, the small business, right? You get these appointments and then they no show on you. And, we want to know that there's a certain percentage that's just going to no show, or they're going to cancel it. It's inevitable. There's nothing that we can do about it. But what you can do is you can take some steps to reduce that number. So, how many people are canceling. So if you have 127 appointments and 50% are canceling, well, there's a serious issue there. And that's something that we need to look into. If, 10% or less are canceling, that might be par for the course, right? So, and there's some ways that you can tweak that, but the question is it really worth chasing after those 10 people that didn't show up versus the 20 people that did show up, there's some things that aren't worth your time and effort. So those are things that you can think about, but at least you know the numbers. And this is all automations that are set up in the back end. So you really have to, when the system sends you an email and says, did this person show up? You need to hit yes or no. And if it's no, then that number gets reflected here. If you delete the email and don't respond to it, then those numbers don't get recorded, and then you don't really know what's going on in your business. So that's all the stuff that when we set this up for you, we show you how to do that and manage those appointments so that you can see what your numbers are and make decisions based on what's actually happening and not what you think might be happening. Like, this is what's happening. How do we fix it?
It also will tell you how effective whatever campaigns you have running, how effective they are as well. So if your call to action is click here to schedule an appointment and you're not getting the appointment scheduled, then you might want to, for the next week or two, look back at those organic marketing or whatever campaigns you have, see what those numbers are, and then make any changes necessary. So this information can guide you to so many different areas of the business depending on what you have set up at that time. Okay. Next I see here, you guys, is ads reports. I'm sure you guys are very excited about this. Okay, the Google Analytics reports show you all of the outcomes and results from your Google ads. A lot of people run Google ads. They get a lot of visibility and exposure. You can see everything here from the total number of visitors, the total page views, the direct views, more information about paid views, social views, and organic views. Okay. And so if you have your goals already set and your KPIs set, you can use that to cross-reference with this information to find out if you are hitting your goals on performance or if you are underperforming. Depending on what your goals are, you can easily look at this information and decide, should I put more money into these ads? Is there something going on with the copy on the ad itself? Is there something going on with the image? Is there something on the landing page based on how many visitors, and find out how many clicks? And then you can see the line graph below that, just kind of reflecting it over time throughout the year to give you a more visual outcome. Okay. And then it's editable. So you could change this if you wanted it to display something different. If you had a different goal as your primary target, you can go ahead and adjust or have multiple line graphs here so that you can see everything at a glance. Okay. Under this is Google Business Profile. So please don't get this confused with just your regular business ads. The Google Business Profile is when you go onto Google, you type in your business's website or someone else does, and you see the little box that has the map about where you're located, your information, your reviews, and things like this. And so a lot of people will come across your Google Business Profile, and you can see here your views, all, again, the detailed information, how many conversations were started from there, how many people found your GBP and then went straight to your website, or instead, whatever your call to action is, went ahead and directly called your business. Having this and having a lot of really good 4 and 5 star reviews can also add an additional stream of leads to your business each and every month. And so this is something you definitely want to have eyes on as well. Okay, and then below that, we have the Facebook ads report and the Google ads report. The Facebook, of course, is just going to tell you, and it's really Meta. Okay, well, you have Meta in here. So this is Facebook specifically. How many people clicked on those ads? How much per click are you paying? What's the click-through rate? Are they coming to that page, not really interested or engaged, and just continue scrolling? Or are they coming to your ad very, very drawn in, very curious, clicked it to move to the next step? That's going to show you here. And it's also going to show you how much you've spent. Okay, so that 85 cents there, that's something that you want to check for yourself to say, okay, am I paying too much for each of these customers coming in to click? Am I paying not enough because it's performing so well and I need to pour more money into it? And if you don't have these numbers, you could potentially pour money into an empty, like a void. You could pour money into a void if it's not effective, or if it's an excellent ad. And like Catie said earlier, you're not answering the phone when the people are coming through and calling, trying to schedule an appointment. So they all tie together. And then to the right, you'll also see the Google ads reports. The information will generate exactly the same. But again, the Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and how much money you're pouring into them. And then the performance is all going to be able to be determined here quickly for you. Okay.
Yeah, and that's really helpful. And I would say too, this isn't a Facebook ads course or anything, but, you're generally, it's not about are you paying the least amount for a lead? And then I know we get that stuck in our head, but most leads cost, about $100, $200 to get a person in the door and paying for something. I mean, that's a lot of money. And that's why, you want to build stuff in the back end with packages and retention programs and stuff like that, because to acquire a new customer is extremely expensive. So you're not necessarily looking for the cheapest cost per click, but you do want to make sure that it's profitable. So if you're spending, let's say you spend $2,000, but you made $200, well, that's a problem. We're having issues. So that's where the dashboard becomes very helpful in the numbers of how many appointments are coming in and how many people are booking appointments when they come in, and then we need to look at the number of what they spent. If they came in and said, yeah, I'm going to buy a package someday, then they didn't spend any money. Or maybe they came in for a promo and spent $20. Like, that's stuff that we need to know. That those are numbers that we want to follow for sure. And then you can compare that against how much you're spending in Facebook ads or Google ads or TikTok ads or whatever you may be doing.
Yep, exactly. And so again, all of this. So if you don't have, I also just want to mention again about having your own scorecard or your own KPI goals, maybe on an Excel spreadsheet or somewhere else that you already know what you're trying to hit. Okay, where you're trying to improve, what your strategy is, so that you can really use this dashboard to the best of its potential, and so that it can help you to continue to have growth in your business. I just want to mention again from the top, when you're doing your appointments, that's also really important too. If you have profit goals, okay, financial goals, if you're trying to earn a certain amount of money or you're launching a new service or product, these appointments will really help you to predict income for the next, 30 days, 2 weeks, whatever what time frame you're deciding to use. And then let me see here. If you're a solopreneur, the upcoming appointments are really, really helpful as well to make sure that you're not overbooked, but just know in NOLA as well, the calendar has the different limitations that you can put on appointments. So it should never be overwhelming, but to make sure that there's no overbooking, you can see that here. And this is all customizable. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then one last thing, you guys can use this from your phone. So please don't forget that this can be downloaded as an app on the go from your phone anywhere, so that you can see all of this information no matter where you are, in the office, at home, or on the go. Okay.
Awesome. Was that it? Is that it for today?
That is it for today.
Awesome. So again, you want to know your numbers, and this is a really, really great place to start. And yeah, the one other thing that I would just add on here, Ira, if we can, is cash collected, and that might be a widget that we just need to create. But cash collected for the day would be really good. I don't think we have it on there. So you can see Ira's going in here, and there's a whole lot of things that you can put in here, and there's things that you can. So there's like total revenue. So there's a whole bunch of revenue options. So for a month span, that cash collected will help you understand what the appointments are worth to you, if it's worth doing, because you have to go by hard numbers. You can't just run a business based on a gut feeling, or you think this or you think that. It's like, no, this is very cold. It's like, these are the numbers. This is how many people showed up. This is how much they paid. This is, you're profitable, you're not profitable. That's not how you feel about it. So looking at these numbers every day is extremely important.
100% agreed.
Awesome.
That looks great.
Yeah, that looks awesome. So, yeah, and I mean, we're not even spending a whole lot on ads right now. It's just a matter of, like, a lot of this is word of mouth, but as we build up ads, that those numbers will take off as long as we answer the phone. Well,
That's perfect. And that's how quick it is to add new widgets to the board, you guys. So just as I was kind of going through here really quickly, this is how easy it is, how straightforward it is, but there are a lot of options. So if you need help and support, we have avenues for that as well, where we can do this and set this up for you to make sure it's the way that you need it to be to help you grow.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Well, this was quick and dirty. I love it. So definitely get your dashboard set up if you're interested in what NOLA can do for you. Definitely book a call with us so that we can take you through this. You want to get even if you don't use NOLA, you want to be able to look at your numbers in some way, shape, or fashion. In the last 2 weeks, we went over calendars. We went over funnel forms. We did forms. We did calendar, and now dashboard. So these are the three most important things to get set up, because people need what way to book with you. They need to be able to fill out forms properly, and you need to know your numbers. And if you get these three things done, you're way ahead of the curve. You're in a good spot. Again, we're just scratching the surface of what the system can do. But definitely sign up to set up a call with. You can set up a call with us. Do we have a link that we can throw out?
Yes, we do. And then while I'm grabbing that link, you guys, next week we're doing the accountability workflow and landing pages.
Oh, that'll be fun. So if you do have problems with no-show, then the accountability workflow is going to be a very powerful way to help make sure people come in when they're supposed to come in. So, I mean, nothing's 100%, right? But this will reduce the number of cancellations you have by creating a very simple, actually for you, it'll just be cut and paste. We built the prototype for it. And for you guys, it's just a matter of tweaking the prototype and unleashing it. All right, guys. Well, awesome. Have a great week. And, we look forward to helping you grow your business with marketing. You need a CRM, and we're here to help and support you. So, check us out, at least to put us in the running, because this is an extremely powerful system. We've built so much into it and so much for it so that your business can run smoothly with it. So I look forward to talking to you guys, and we'll see you next week.
See you then, guys.